A year after the financial crisis tipped the world into recession, G-20 leaders have agreed to a far-reaching effort to revamp the economic system. Our economics editor, David Tweed, has been taking a look at the road ahead. He comes to us from London. David?
Yeah, good morning, Scarlett. Yep, the G20's wrapped up. The photographs have been taken. The handshaking's over. And it's Barack Obama and China's Hu Jintao who've got the biggest task ahead. The G20 appointed itself as the premier forum for international cooperation. The leaders agreed to make efforts to rebalance the global economy. Boil that down, and it means reducing US dependence on overseas capital to finance consumption, while cutting the reliance of China on American consumers. Leaders also agreed to give the International Monetary Fund a role in assessing their efforts, which suddenly makes the IMF meeting coming up in Istanbul at the end of this week a lot more interesting, because they'll be nubbing out how the oversight role will work. But first up, the US and China, already nicknamed the G2, will have to come up with plans to deal with imbalances.
And here in Pittsburgh, we've taken several significant steps forward to secure our recovery and transition to strong, sustainable, and balanced economic growth.
If they can't speed up this shift toward domestic demand in Asia and cut US borrowing, there's a risk of future crises. Remember, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke said the influx of Asian savings to the US depressed interest rates and fueled the credit boom that came right before the crisis. In the US, consumers are already cutting back. American households increased their savings rate to 4.8% in July from a low of 0.8% in April last year. That's still less than the 8.9% average of the 1960s and 70s. But that said, Tim Geithner says he's confident savings rates will keep rising. In China, though, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Remember, this is still a desperately poor country. It's going to take years before China's got a social safety net and health care and retirement protection that